Hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at episode 6 of Mayoiga, or The Lost Village. So, yeah, it starts off back where we left off last week's episode, where we have that weird penguin stuffed animal with a half human face and half penguin face, which still disturbed the crap out of me. So what essentially though happens in this week's episode is going to be what I think everyone's going to be talking about in terms of them dropping the show or not. We have essentially some backstories to go over. I'm not going to show you all images of everyone's backstory, but we have certainly, I think, about 4 characters who get their backstories revealed, like Love Pond, for example, which is ironic enough, the episode's titled The Monk's Immorality, and she apparently had to deal with a very, let's just say, messed up monk in her life that actually caused a lot of what makes her want to kill everyone in the group. It seems like, she's so quick to put judgment on these people. And then what I think is also going to be the biggest turning point for people, like this is going to be where this series I think makes people either think it's funny or still kind of creepy, is ironically the horror element of the show. And I put air quotes when I say horror, where we have like an Oni face chasing after Love Pond, and we have what looks like bees, but I didn't really get a good picture of that, but we have bees chasing after Nanta. And I hate that name. She has to reveal her actual name soon. But we learn more about her background story too. We also learn about the other guy with the gun we learned about his background story, where apparently he was trying to join the military and had various issues with it. First off, not being, I think, the correct height, and also being kind of weakly, so he wasn't able to actually join our list. So that shows that he's probably weak to something, but his weakness doesn't make sense, so the monster chasing him makes absolutely no sense. We also have Four Eyes too, who has a giant train chasing him. That has to be probably the only thing of this episode that creeped me out. That train has 4 pairs of teeth. That's just weird. We learned that he was apparently a creator of toys, and actually messed up the date that he was supposed to advertise for a toy, and ironically was then kind of laughed out of his group. So I want to say that a lot of people are going to hate this episode, or probably could have dropped the show from this just episode alone. We learned one more thing that's really important, probably, is Mizaki, actually apparently 16 years old, disappeared. So what is she doing in this village? Did she disappear to this village? That means that clearly she's been gone for quite some time, and she's with this group. So where has she been? Has she been, hiding somewhere? Has she just joined the group randomly? Maybe she's part of this village the whole time. Maybe she's actually one of the people that is part of the village, and half the stuff surrounding her. Who knows? But I'll tell you, I was very, I want to say, disappointed with this episode. I was laughing more than I was creeped out by it. I watched this with some of my friends, and we were kind of struggling to take this episode seriously. And that's a problem. I think Mayoiga was always, made to be a horror anime, and here you are laughing at it. That to me is ironic. This is something that should not be happening with a series like this, and I guarantee you, this week alone, you're going to see several dozen people say, "Oh, I hate this show. I'm going to drop this show. It's going to be dropping on Mal's list of, top anime stuff." You're going to see it drop to like probably 6s or 7s or 5s even. It's going to be that bad. I know it. I see it already. For me personally, I still have hopes for the show. I really think the show still can pull something out, but it's going to be more so based off of what is causing this village to be what's doing to the characters. I want to say that if that sentence made any sense whatsoever, it really did not to me. But more so, what actually is going to happen is it's going to be solely responsible of the story to pick up and show that it still has horror elements, and it still has a point and a plot to go off of, because right now as it is, it's not that good. The show had a lot of greatness to it, and then I want to say this episode kind of removed a lot of that by showing the kind of weird stuff these characters are afraid of. I mean, I understand that everyone has their own personal fears, and they might seem ironic or silly to others. I get that. But in a sense of an anime where you have a horror element surrounding everyone, some of the horror elements were really just too goofy, even if you look at it from a horror element, and that's a problem. But overall, though, like I said, I'm not dropping the show. I'm still going to watch the rest of the episodes. There's only, 6 more episodes left. I'm in for the long haul at this point. Anyways, guys and girls, that's it for today's review. I want to also say, go check out my outro. Definitely go check it. I know it's only 10 seconds long, and usually you guys probably quit the video right away. My friend Professor Anime made that for me. So I'm going to leave a link to his channel in the description box below. So go check him out. Go sub to him if you haven't already. I know a lot of you probably have. But as always, guys and girls, I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.